CTV News with Angela Mackenzie.
Good evening. It's a tie series. The Montreal Canadiens let a 2-goal lead slip away, losing to the Tampa Bay Lightning 3-2 at home. And Kelly Gregg joins us now from the Bell Center. Kelly, this one ends in regulation, but the Habs gave up 3 unanswered goals.
That's right, Angela. This best-of-7 series is now a best-of-3. The series tied at 2 games apiece, each team stealing a game on the road. The Montreal Canadiens were the first to strike tonight. In the second period, it's Caden Gooley with a stretch pass to Zachary Bolduc. And that's yet another point for the fourth line and Bolduc's first goal of the series. Tampa trying to rattle goaltender Jakub Dobeš a little here, taking a penalty on the netminder. But on the ensuing power play, Cole Caulfield is right in front of the net, and the 50-goal scorer now has found the net in the playoffs. That one set up by who else? Nick Suzuki, and a big celebration on that one. A big turning point near the end of the second period. Juraj Slafkovsky is rocked at center ice. He would go straight to the dressing room, but would later return to the game. And moments later, Tampa would cut the lead in half. Not the way you want to finish the period, but a wild save by Jakub Dobeš to end the second period. Early in the third, the power play, Tampa would add another goal to tie it. That's one of 7 power plays for Tampa in this game. Now the Habs do manage to fend off a 5-on-3 midway through the third, but Brendan Hagel scores his second of the night to win it for Tampa. Now this has been a series with a lot of penalties, and asked fans about a turning point in the game. Now they were unanimous. Here's what they had to say, as well as Mike Matheson and Marty St. Louis.
I think the turning point was the call on the bad call ice stick for Kapanen and the lucky goal from Hagel in the chest.
The ref. Tell me about it. Just tell me about it.
Last penalty, I think so, okay? And better ref. We need better ref.
That's a good question. I think we're wondering ourselves, but it's out of our control, so it's not something to worry about. I think we need to just keep playing and keep focusing on the things we can control.
I mean, I think we put ourselves in a situation where, you know, there's a chance the ref's going to call a penalty. You know, that's a veteran team. They're very good at drawing penalties. You know, they got talented players. They're a tough team, you know, and we knew it was going to be a tough series, and we're right in it. We're in a battle, you know. It's a fine line between winning and losing in these games, but we're battling.
A bright spot with this worth highlighting, Lane Hudson picks up an assist on the Caulfield goal. He's currently riding a 4-game point streak, meaning he's found the score sheet in every game so far in this series, including scoring the game winner in Game 3. Now the series turns back to Tampa for Game 5. Some good news for Montreal Canadiens fans here at home, at least. That means there will be a Game 6 here back at the Bell Center. Now at 6 o'clock, I told you Marty St. Louis actually listens to Seinfeld to calm down after games and go to bed. Well, he was asked about that this evening, and he quoted George Costanza after this one saying, "Serenity now." Angela.
All right. Thanks, Kelly. Well, a man in his 30s is fighting for his life in hospital tonight after being stabbed in the Plateau. Police were called just after 5 this evening after a fight broke out between multiple people along Park Avenue. Police say the victim had been stabbed in the upper body near the Angel statue at the base of Mount Royal. He was in critical condition when paramedics arrived. A 58-year-old man was arrested at the scene. A command post has been set up while investigators meet with witnesses and try to determine exactly what happened. And a 52-year-old man was killed in a hit-and-run overnight in Côte-des-Neiges. Police are now looking for the driver. According to witness accounts, the car was traveling eastbound on Goyer near Darlington Avenue just before 1 a.m. when a pedestrian was struck. The victim's identity has not yet been released. Well, Montreal is seeing a rise in the number of aggressive dogs. Incident reports are up, and German Shepherds and Pit Bulls lead the pack. Sweeta Rassi has more.
There was a woman next to me with a little tiny white dog and had a little bow on its hair. And as we were passing the dog, she literally had a hard time holding on to her little dog. She let it drop on the floor and it chased after me and it bit me in my glute.
For this Montreal woman, experiences like hers are becoming more common. Aggressive dog incident reports are up 41% compared to 5 years ago. The 3 boroughs with the most cases, Mercier, Hochelaga, Maisonneuve, Rosemont, La Petite Patrie, and Côte-de-Neige, Notre-Dame-de-Grâce. At this dog park in NDG, most owners say they feel safe, but there are some concerns.
We don't see many dogs that are not on the leash. I think that's the only thing that I would be worried about because there's like lots of kids in the neighborhood.
The city points to the surge of dog ownership during the pandemic as a factor. It also says some new owners don't have the skills to socialize their dogs. One Montrealer agrees.
I don't think a breed of dog specifically is like this dog is more aggressive than this dog. I really just think it's about like where it comes from and who's raising it for sure.
According to the city's registry, there are 110 potentially dangerous dogs on the island. Last October, a 45-year-old woman was attacked by 3 dogs in St. Leonard. She was hospitalized with serious injuries. Those dogs were not on the registry. Sophie Gaillard is from the Montreal SPCA.
So dogs that generally react actually out of fear or, fear of something unknown or something unfamiliar. And that can definitely be trained.
She says good socialization starts at a young age.
Anyone who's engaging in breeding is appropriately socializing those puppies and exposing them to all the experiences they need in order to become, good canine citizens.
The city says it will be once again offering free training workshops in dog parks for those who need it. Sweeterassi, CTV News.
Premier Christine Fréchette is headed to Washington tomorrow. Fréchette took to social media today, condemning the attack at the White House Correspondents' Dinner that has shaken the nation's capital. It's her first official foreign mission, just a few months ahead of the CUSMA trade negotiations. She's scheduled to meet with American business associations and with Canada's ambassador to the U.S. Well, Montreal's Jamaican community is mourning the death of Eveline Fleming, a woman who was a pillar in the community. A lifelong civil rights advocate, she was a founding member of the Jamaica Association of Montreal and served as its first female president in 1988. She also formed the Jamaican Canadian Community Women's League of Montreal. Fleming was 101 years old. Well, a Montreal teacher can now add author to her resume. She's hoping to inspire youngsters well beyond her classroom. Lauren Fernandez reports.
And then sometimes with sad things, it teaches you something.
Tough subjects are part of the everyday lessons in Christina Mamagat's 3rd grade class at Carlisle Elementary.
I really like teaching them life skills and how it's going to shape them who they're going to be tomorrow.
Molding minds for the past 15 years, now she's an author. She penned 2 children's books in less than a year.
And I really wanted to create a book that is going to teach children, teach adults, because I think even adults need a reminder of how to behave and how to talk to each other.
Christina's writing is inspired by real issues she sees at school. And one of the big problems is how social media is changing the way children interact.
These children are becoming a little bit more desensitized, right? And when they're being desensitized, empathy is kind of getting lost.
She's trying to inspire kids to get off the computer and forge real bonds with friends. And students are taking note.
It's nice to be kind because think if you're rude to everyone, how will they treat you? It's not going to be very nice. I learned that you have to be kind to others to make friends and play together and say kind words.
Christina also illustrated both books, combining her 2 passions, education and art.
I just did it for fun. And I said, okay, I'll just try to self-publish and figure it out. And the first book was a big learning curve. It wasn't easy, especially to do it by myself. But the second one, I figured out how to make the book more rich in terms of color, the content.
She's already working on her next book and hopes to continue to spark a dialogue.
I feel like if I can put some good, some kindness out there, I'm doing something. So I really just want them to get a message of remembering to be honest, but be kind, to be respectful, to be open-minded.
Life lessons that go beyond the classroom. Lauren Fernandez, CTV News.
After a rainy start to spring, Montrealers are getting a stretch that feels like summer. Temperatures this week could hit a high of 22 degrees. Anastasia Dextrine reports.
For the first weekend in months, the warmth isn't just making an appearance, it's sticking around. And Montrealers are enjoying every minute of it.
We've been waiting for it pretty much the entire winter. Last week we had a bit of a tease.
According to Environment Canada, daytime highs for the region in April typically sit at 15 degrees. But Sunday's forecasted high of 18 could lead to more above seasonal weather this week. On Monday and Tuesday, it could mean temperatures of 21 and 22.
We just finished our exam season and it's been rainy, locked in the library, and now that the sun's finally out, I feel like the city's back alive.
April normally sees about 70 millimeters of rain, but this April showers brought an additional 20 millimeters of rain to the greater Montreal area. And climatologist David Phillips says this weather is welcome news.
The number of precipitation days with precipitation, that's certainly well above normal. You think you've had 16 or 17 of those, and where normally you would have had 10 of those in the month of April. And the sun has come out and it's helped to dry out the conditions. The snow cover has pretty well disappeared in the upper watersheds.
It's a sign that terrace season is near.
We're really excited to take the Bixies out and sit on the patio.
Go-to terrace order?
White velvet. It's like half cider, half white beer.
But while some are counting down to summer, the sun and clouds have others less convinced.
I'm still thinking that there might be some snow, somewhere around the corner, so I'm still not taking my shorts out.
May's not going to start off as so great, but it's going to be, a little bit below normal. We might get some precipitation, but I think we get to maybe the second week, third week, certainly in May, and we will say, hey, summer is here.
And until then, just a taste of summer is enough to start. Anastasia Dextrine, CTV News.
When we return, Canadians worry about repaying debt in the face of growing financial insecurity. Many Quebec households are feeling the pinch these days. A recent survey by MNP Limited found 9 in 10 Quebecers are thinking twice before taking on new debt. Joining us now is Jean-François Cliche, a debt advisor with MNP. Thanks for being here.
Our pleasure.
So what are some of the ways this increased financial pressure is affecting people's lives right now?
Well, it seems that the survey is showing that Canadians and Quebecers are highly unoptimistic about the financial future, and everything seems to be worrisome. 70% of the people that have answered that survey have stated that a slight increase in cost of essential goods would have a significant strain on their financial situation. So we're living in a world where the situation with our neighbor in the south, what's going on overseas, have an impact right now on, for example, the price of gasoline, and gasoline will have at one point an impact on the price of goods and services. So right now, Canadians are really fearful. 45% of the people that have been surveyed are stating that they are at $200 away from not being able to meet their expenses at the end of the month. So right now, the Canadians are struggling financially, substantially.
What did you learn about this in this survey about how Quebecers have their ability to pay their income tax bill specifically?
This time, the survey has been done in tax season, and one of the things that struck me is 17% of people that answered that survey were stating that they will not be able to pay their taxes this year. 10% of them said that they would have to borrow money to pay them, and 9% stating that they have no clue what they will do. They need to find a solution here. So obviously, Canadians do not have, in a big portion of them, do not have the, I would say, buffer zone in their budget to face expenses that are not on a daily basis. Like taxes happen once a year, we have a tendency to forget it, but each year we need to face them. And obviously, Canadians need to pay them. It is something that, as a citizen, is important for everything that we like. But this year, more than other years, Canadians are fearful of that expenses.
So what should people maybe take into consideration when they're looking to reduce their debts right now?
Well, there's different things. The first one is if you're struggling with your personal finance, the first thing you should do is talk to a professional. If you're having issue with your plumbing at home, you're calling a plumber. Same thing here. LITs, licensed insolvency trustee, should be the first door to knock on. We are the professionals that are trained and regulated to help you out. But a couple of things can be done easily. The things that people ask me most of the time is, what should I do? And the first thing I'm saying is you should do your personal budget. It is the roadmap to your future financials. So if you don't know where you're spending your money, how can you prevent bumps in the road? The second thing is, if you're struggling and you're stating that I'm not sure how I'm going to make it, and I should make changes. The first thing is probably do little changes that be helpful. Looking at expenses that you do on a regular basis that are not essential. Talking for myself, I like my local coffee shop. And if I'm not mindful about how much time I go there each week, those things add up pretty efficiently. There's no real way usually to cut major expenses, but if we take the time with your budget to look into all your expenses, you can make better choices and little changes add up.
All right, Jean-François Cliche, thank you so much for your time.
That's been my pleasure. Thank you.
Time now for In Case You Missed It. Well, it seems we are in peak pothole season and motorists are claiming for damaged vehicles. Pedestrians are finding out that they're just as vulnerable. Stéphane Giroux reports.
Carole Gagnon had a typically exciting Saturday night downtown. A concert at Place des Arts, followed by a second show later that night at Club Soda. It's when she walked home that things went wrong.
Yeah, I was walking down this way because I just came out from the Club Soda with my record on one arm and my T-shirt, and just here, I felt like that, and the record fly away on the street. Young couple helped me, and I was very ça faisait mal.
Gagnon's foot tripped on a pothole on the corner of Vigée and Saint-Laurent, despite her attention for bad roads.
But this one, because of the light and the rain, I didn't see it. And I was not drunk.
Gagnon suffered a fracture and will be off work for a few weeks. She filed a complaint with the City of Montreal. Her story received a lot of media coverage. To Gagnon's astonishment, the hole and many others around are still there 5 days later.
Of course. This morning when I came here, I said, maybe the hole is already, because it was in the newspaper like 2 days ago, everybody talks of that. It's still there.
We contacted City Hall to find out why it wasn't fixed and to obtain an update on its pothole repair operation. No one was available to speak to us. Montrealers we met seem resigned to this springtime reality.
Sometimes I keep attention, but it doesn't disturb me much until now.
Faut juste regarder où on met les pieds.
It depends on the size.
These visitors from Vermont told us they don't find the situation funny at all.
We tried to go out a couple of days ago with my wheelchair, and it was so hard to maneuver and through all the potholes and everything that I was just in so much pain that we just gave it a miss.
But for Gagnon and many Montrealers, frustration has now given way to apathy when faced with terrible roads. Stéphane Giroux, CTV News.
Menswear provided by Ernest. Elevate your style with Ernest. Weather brought to you by Gratian-Scaff. Second pair is a gift event including designer frames. A second pair.
Now for a look at your forecast. Another beautiful day in Montreal. The skies are clear right now and it's around 16 degrees. The week kicks off tomorrow with sunny skies and more warm temperatures. A high of 22 degrees expected, and a high of 21 is in the forecast for Tuesday, but the temperatures will drop and rain is expected to move in later on in the week. Well, that's it for us. For the latest news, listen to the Andrew Carter Morning Show tomorrow at 5 on CJD 800 or visit our website, ctvnewsmontreal.ca. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.